character. It is a feature of the organism. For example, height of a plant. Trait. An inherited character and its detectable variant. For example, tall or dwarf. Factor. Gene were actually previously known as factor. Gene. It is a particular segment of DNA which is responsible for the inheritance and expression of that character. Phenotype. The external appearance of an individual for any trait is called phenotype. In P, for height of the stem, tall and dwarf are the two phenotypes. Tall is determined by T or T small t. Heterozygous. An individual possessing dissimilar alleles for a particular trait is called heterozygous or hybrid for that trait. Monohybrid. A cross between two pure parents differing in single pair of contrasting characters, for example hybrid tall produced in a cross between pure tall and dwarf parent. Alleles or allelomorphs. The two or more alternative forms of a gene, factor, are called alleles of each other. They occupy identical loci, position, on homologous chromosome. Dominant. It is an allele that expresses its trait even in the presence of an alternative allele. For example, a plant with genotype T small t is still tall in physical appearance. This is because the gene for tallness is dominant. Recessive. It is an allele which is not expressed in the presence of an alternative allele, that is, in heterozygous condition the small t that represent dwarf gene is not expressed. It is expressed only in the presence of another identical allele. Genotype. It is representation of the genetic constitution of an individual with respect to a single character or a set of characters. Entire genetic constitution of an organism is called genome. Homozygous. An individual possessing similar alleles for a particular trait is called homozygous or pure for that trait. Homozygous breeds true to the trait and produces only one type of gamete. Example, a plant with genotype T for tallness is homozygous tall. Hybrid. It is heterozygous individual produced from any cross involving pure parents having one or more contrasting traits. Example, a plant with genotype T small t for tallness is hybrid. Pure line. An individual or a group of individuals that is homozygous or true for one or more traits. F1 generation. The progeny produced from a cross is called first filial or F1 generation. F2 generation. The second generation produced by selfing of F1 generation offspring is called second filial or F2 generation.